And with that, we've fucking started.
Started.
Fuck this. I've had enough of this already from the get-go before we even start.
You've had enough.
This could be a great one for the listeners. We've had an extended break.
Awesome. This is just going to be us ranting. Yeah, we've managed to embody the summer holidays, and both of us are in our late 20s to 30s.
Absolutely sound, mate. We've had an extended break. Things have been going on. The world's been falling apart. Your microphone is literally falling apart. Have you got a tripod on the bottom of that microphone, but also it's suspended from a mic arm?
Yeah, because with one or without the other, it doesn't stay still.
Absolutely
so it's to sort of anchor it in place.
It looks like you're ready for any occasion, like it's a sort of SAS microphone. Yeah. Something Bear Grylls would use before he
anything except an interview. If someone comes in here, I'm gonna have to get them comfortably close to them anyway in the cupboard, but with the microphone, I'll be right under the chin, holding it intimate.
Yeah, I mean that's. I'm gonna get off the chest of this from the very get go. Fuck this computer and everything that happens with it. Like this thing. This has always been my bomb-proof beauty. People don't want to listen to a computer rant for half an hour, but guess what? Strap in. This. I can't diagnose the problem, Jack. The screen just doesn't show anything at all. I loaded up. I don't know if it's Football Manager that killed it, but I loaded up Football Manager, and then the display just went bang. Can't see anything. It's not one of those.
Could it be possible that Football Manager's still running in the background?
No, because I've turned it on and off.
And you got the perfect career going in the background, just simulated.
I already had the perfect career.
It might be nice to come back to when you've got 10 years career there going.
If anything, I think I was past 10 years, I'll be honest with you. I was I know I was past 10 years. I was smashing it. But I've turned it on and off several times. I've thrown it several times. Actually, I haven't thrown it, because the thing about me is I get rage, but I don't know whose genetics were passed on to us that I like inherited this side, but my rage always... there's always some sort of financial risk calculation that goes on that then weighs up and decides just how angry I can get at something. Like, I'd never punch a hole through a telly because subconsciously I know I can't afford to replace a telly. So, like, I have a lot of rage.
But a girlfriend is fine.
They repair for free. NHS.
Cheaper.
Yeah, NHS. That's absolutely so. NHS, a few counselling sessions, you'll get those off the council as well if you play it right. So that, free, absolutely sound. Smash her up all day long. But a computer is expensive. So, like, although I'm getting angry at it, I still won't take it out on it. But I've never had something within me present so close that I've been so angry at and not struck out at. Fuck this thing.
The way you're talking to me now, like, the listener can't see your face, but it's a lot like when you've disappointed your teacher when you're a kid. You're even talking to me like that, but I know that this looks like it's through the computer, so I'm guessing you're looking at the computer to tell me this, but...
I'm looking at an external monitor, but the fucking blacked out screen, useless heap of mess that is sat right in front of the monitor is a constant reminder of what we're talking about. But it's beyond disappointment. I suppose... Imagine having... Yeah, fuck it. Imagine having a child... Imagine having a nugget child. We know the ones I'm talking about. We're talking about no limbs guys. No arms, no legs. Things are not looking great for them. But not only that, they've been hit with like a triple threat. They're nugget, they're fucking mute, and they've also got Downs. I don't know. Pick any of the ones that would get you a special bus. Imagine all three of those, and imagine how much that parent just every now and again, after cleaning up shit for the 57th time that day, dealing with several outbursts, having to inject their own child with several bouts of, I'm guessing some sort of very strong tranquilizer. You just sat out on the back porch, getting through the rest of that half a bottle of Jack Daniels that you didn't polish off at dinner time, and you're like, I wish I could kill this child. But it's immoral. It'd be quite expensive, and in the long run, I'm not going to be looked at as a great person. That's how I look at with this MacBook. I want to kill it, but it's in my financial and moral interests that I don't. Like, it's got all of my work from forever on it. It's got so much music on it that this is in essence, my life is contained on this laptop, and I'm a prisoner to a thing that I can't even see at the moment.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, that wasn't meant to be some sort of profound analogy, though. This is literal. Like, I'm a fucking... This thing right here may as well lock us up. May as well put its knee on my neck while I'm under control for several minutes until I pass out and die. Because then at least I'll get the sweet relief of death. But no, I'm stuck with this in the present, in the living. This is an appeal.
See, I would almost say that it's imperative to get it fixed for the sake of Threshold, and it should be the responsibility of Threshold FM. Now, I know neither of us are in control of the responsibility of Threshold FM, but I as a fellow DJ, and I'm sure other DJs may agree, as someone that does a lot of the work for the station, that it would require fixing. It would seem like a good idea for it to be fixed.
Now, the issue is, Jack, that it's not as
You've
if...
not been doing the work for the station.
I can't do work for the station because this fucking piece of shit. I mean, I've got to address a few things. The amount of work I do for the station, although possibly more than others, is still minimal. Like, it's not that...
you do a good way of... You do very well of polishing it up.
It's not taxing. Is it sometimes something that I wish I wasn't doing? Well, yeah, of course. I wish I didn't have to pause Call of Duty and fucking upload someone's show because I haven't done it the night before and I've forgotten about it. But is it so tasking? No. Number two, Rankin has extended an offer of helping us to get it fixed. But the problem being, Jack, we don't know what the fucking problem is. If I look at it, once I've finally got it connected to an external monitor, because first of all, people, it wouldn't let us just mirror the monitor. So if I connected it to an external monitor, what it brought me was a second screen. And if I went to open any programs, they obviously open on the first screen. So you couldn't get them across. So the first 2-3 days were spent me somehow managing to fuck around with it until it allowed me to mirror a display. Brilliant. We've got part of it done. Now, to try and find out the root of the problem. I've done several things. I've reset several things. I've reset, like, fucking the short-term memory on it. I've punched it in the fucking napper, give it CTE, so it forgot some shit, and then rebooted it. That didn't work. It even says that there is a monitor exists here. It says there's a display. It tells me what the display is. So it's obviously still there, which makes me think I haven't shorted anything. But I don't know what to do. What do I replace? And if I have to replace the display, Apple aren't going to touch this fucking unit. This thing's like 9 years old. But I can't get rid of it either. So, again, I'm a prisoner to it. I need to diagnose the problem. Wodge, basically, Wodge, the technical guru, who, I mean, tunes in when he wants. But I need you to look at this. I mean, because soon, one of these things is going to die, and the chances are it's not going to be the MacBook. Like, at the moment, the MacBook will actually live on in some sort of permanent state of, like, invisible fucking comatose memory bank. Yeah, and, like, I'll be long gone, and that'll be the joke. The joke will be the thing that broke and drove me to death will actually outlive me. So how's your week been, mate?
How does that make you feel? Awful. Just as stressful.
Yeah. How does that make you feel? Yeah. But apart from that, it's been really sound, mate. How have you been doing?
Fucking stressed out, mate. Fucking head's puddled. Feeling delicate still.
It sounds like you've been in the session.
Went on the car. No. Fucking not even, mate. Just pure naturally depressed.
Oh,
Clutch
right,
went on the car on my drive to Manchester.
Ooh.
So that was nice. I had to get rid of the car because a load of other things on the car were fucked as well. That was like the last thing to go on it, and it was like, well, it's not worth it to get it fixed. Then got a new car, which is lovely, you know, it's very nice. Went up north, helped. It turns out the only thing more stressful than moving house is moving house for other people. who have very little interest in moving house. So I was helping my mum move house. That was horrible. Came home, went to drive to the front fucking mirror and smashed the glass on my wing mirror on my driver's side, pissed me off. Wouldn't give me any money towards it, even though he was flying towards me at like 35 miles an hour and I'd slow down to about 5 because the road fucking bottlenecked. And you have to fucking slow down there. I had right of way. I was already in the fucking double parked bit. He wasn't, but he thought, fuck it, can have that. Couldn't. Nearly did. To be fair to him, nearly did. Just clipped both wing mirrors. His, totally fine, not even a scuff.
That's always the fucking case,
shattered
mate.
The glass on mine. Well, it's because he's coming at speed, innit? The fucking momentum carried it going, I reckon.
Yeah,
but
that's always
he got aggressive. Bit fucking out of nowhere. I wasn't being aggressive. Tried to get 100 quid out of him because I thought, go for 100 quid and we'll haggle our way down to about 20, 25. That'll cover the cost of getting a new mirror. He wasn't having any of that. He just saw red immediately. His wife then's kicking off. And just before I'd left the house, I'd had a parking ticket for parking outside my own front door because we're supposed to have a parking permit here. But because it was a new car, it took a little bit too long for the parking permit to come in by 2 hours after I got the parking ticket, which has convinced me that the local council waits until the parking warden can find where the fuck you've put your new car to give you a ticket, and then they press enter and give you the permit.
No council is that organised and sophisticated that they would be out that quickly to give you that ticket. I can.
No, they had like 4 or 5 days.
No, let me reassure you on this one that there is no councils can't sort out potholes. So trust me when I say this. No council is so organised that they're waiting for your car. And I'll be honest with this, I get away with I've never paid for a parking ticket. Like, I never get them.
No.
I haven't had them for years. And the twice I've actually got parking tickets, both was in York, never been paid. One morning, we basically parked the car in the car park next to my mate's house because we were going on the session. My thoughts being, what I'll do is at 10 to 8 in the morning, because obviously car park opens at 8 o'clock, 10 to 8 in the morning, I'll just get in the car, move it round the corner to another spot where no one will be parked at that time, and that'll be absolutely fine. So we left my mate's house, which is literally adjacent to the car park. We're walking across the car park back to the car, which is the only car in the car park, and there's a traffic warden on a scooter just like next to me car. He's already written the ticket out and he's waiting for it to be 8 o'clock so he can just put the fucking thing on it, take a picture and put it on the car and piss off. So we walk over to him, and by this point, like, my mate's just hollering and blaring at him like, don't you fucking dare, like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're such a twat, like, it's Sunday morning, all this, there's no one else here, it's not like I'm stealing a beer from anyone. And he called him a cunt. And the traffic warden's words, I remember them to this day because it was such a baffling sentence. He was like, I'm not one of them, what you've just said, though, am I? Which to me made us. We were supposed to be angry, and our buckled were laughter.
I'm not one of them of what you just said, though, am I?
Yeah, basically trying to say that he's not a cunt. And he tried to say it in the most family.
But he's on the clock, innit, so he can't.
He can't, mate. So we just asserted the fact that he was most definitely a cunt, and then I drove into his scooter, knocking it over, reversed and drove away, and threw the ticket out the car window. Never got anything back for that, funnily enough. But they never came after.
They don't get away with stuff like that down here, mate. It's fucking well strict. There's cameras everywhere, like cameras on sticks everywhere.
There's cameras all over York. I
got away with one because I got away with one ticket, and that's because I hadn't earned the ticket, and they let me off with it very kindly. They claimed that I'd been parked in a car park for 9.5 hours overnight outside Pets at Home. And I was like, that never happened. This never happened. I went there. I went in there at like 10:30 in the morning, and then. But they claim I went in at like 5 in the afternoon and left at like 8:15 the next morning. And I was like, that didn't happen. I've got a receipt here, mate. You can see I was there at this time. I still had to do all that, saying to them, your system is fucked there's something wrong with your system. I even looked up the name of the system and everything, and was like, I presume you're using this, and this is the flaw that's gone on with error code, whatever, this. And they didn't like that. It wasn't until I showed them a receipt, which proved nothing. I could have walked there that day and
Yeah,
done
you
that.
could. Yeah.
I could have still left the car there all night, innit?
Well, it does. I mean, it does take. If you were gonna, if you were gonna kill skin and then like put into weird shapes like all of the pets in Pets at Home, it probably would take you overnight. Which is be fucking interesting if that was your thing. If you eventually snapped, but instead of killing people, you actually went round pet shops at night and just killed all the pets and stuffed them as something, and then just put them back in the pack in the little boxes and enclosures again, and then just left. Next morning, someone's opening up.
A thing to do.
But speaking of your work, that's all you do. Honestly, in your position, mate, very unique line of work, very unique personality. You don't have to be angry at someone in that. If you ever get in that situation with a bloke like that again, just tell him what you do, show him some pictures, and make it very clear that you've got some interesting ideas for his skin. And I swear you'll get that £100 straight away, because he'll want to give you.
This guy had no interest in any of that at all. He wasn't listening to a word I say. He said to me 3 times, "Is everyone all right? Then everyone's all right. Then everyone's all right. Then aren't they? Everyone's all right." That 3 times, not just repeated it in one state and just. And then when I said, "Yeah, me, yeah, to you," and he's like, "What? Is everyone all right? Everyone's all right, though, aren't they? Everyone's all right, aren't they? Everyone's all right."
And that's the point. You say,
your fucking face.
I would love to make you a life-sized garden gnome of your own skin.
Have you ever thought about being a fridge freezer combi?
Yeah, and if you don't give me £100 for this mirror, I will take it in flesh, and I don't mind.
Your kids could be carry-on luggage. You ever thought that?
Yeah. You know, your child, it's that head, beautiful lunchbox, really nice lunchbox. What I'd like to do is take a pork pie, be able to take a pork pie from your child's mouth at a dinner table. That's what I'd like to be able to do. So how about you give us the wing mirror, Murray, daft cunt, and we'll make sure that doesn't happen. Because that's not even threat of assault or anything. You're bordering just on the right side of mental. That if the police did come down, they wouldn't be like, right, we're locking you up for threats of grievous bodily harm. They'd just be like, I mean, has he taken his meds, or is he just?
Where are you marketing? It was marketing, sir.
I've got leaflets.
Look at these. I keep them everywhere.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck people like that in those situations as well. I mean, I may be legally bound not be able to talk about my recent experiences with those, but fuck people in car parks who don't take responsibility for their shit and try to pin it on the younger, let's say, more working class, rougher looking person. Yeah, I'm pointing fingers at you with that fucking Range Rover. If I ever see you again, I'm going to burn it from the inside out, and then I'm going to let Jack make lunchboxes from your kids' heads. So, what I really need, this has all been an ad, just subscribe to the Patreon, because otherwise future truth seekers are literally just going to be me shouting into a microphone about how angry I am at the things that don't allow me to do the very little creative work that I get to do now. And if Steve Jobs is listening from Beyond the Grave, fuck you. I wish I went with Gates. At least if I went with Gates, I know I'll be contributing to all those deaths in Africa from all the vaccine testing that he does and all the 5Gs emitting from people's brains and stuff. At least I know I'll be a part of something. I don't feel like a part of everything with this Apple product. Apple product. It's even saying the word. Even my brain doesn't even want to say the fucking word anymore. It's that pissed off.
Anyway, it's fun to watch your face. I keep getting intermittent bits where it goes staticky, and I can't quite see you. But every time it freezes on your face, you just look fucking livid.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time when we do this, it's an act. I'm pretty good at faking emotion. I'm pretty good at hyping up anger when it's not really there. But right now, this isn't method acting. This is, I'm at wit's end.
Well, let's discuss something then while you like this. Yeah, yesterday you didn't seem too keen on my idea that paper straws in McDonald's and Burger King and obviously other fast food places are available. But the fact that paper straws in there, you don't like the idea that they're there to infect us.
I don't know.
Discuss.
I mean, it's funny that I'm the one who has to explain this idea. It's not here. This lad thinks that straws poison you. Explain yourself. I'll explain why I don't think they are. It's a very inefficient way of poisoning people. For a start, think about this. The places where you're getting those paper straws from already produce products that deliver an insane amount of sugar, trans fat, saturated fat, salt to your body. All the stuff that we quite happily take on and poison ourselves with daily. Why introduce something else? What's going to work more effectively? Like, what's going to kill them off quicker, and why would you need to kill them off quicker? Surely, as a fast food chain, like, you don't want to waste all that extra money on poison when you can just keep producing the cheapest burgers known to man and continue to, like, pollute people that way.
See, I think it could be something to do with trying to damage their eyesight, or maybe a poison that is less of a poison, but also it's not good for them, but in the short term increases the hearing. Because I imagine there's been a lot of fast food staff complaining to their managers that, well, you keep making us shout out these numbers and you won't give us a megaphone or a microphone for it. And the screen above never shows the right number for what we're shouting. And I'm stood here shouting 34 like a dickhead for half an hour. But as soon as I say 69, everyone laughs and comes and takes the order immediately. Yeah, exactly. That happens every time I've been in and heard that number shouted. That happens,
course it
no
does.
matter what time of day or night it is.
I went to the Formula One. I went to the Formula One at Silverstone quite a few years ago, and like on the site where you camp at in the Formula One, like for the racetrack, there's like a pub on site which serves pizzas, and nothing, I repeat, nothing got a laugh as much as the woman announcing the number 69 every night when those pizzas were getting cooked. I spent Thursday to Monday there, and I never saw anyone, like, I laughed loads because there's loads of rich people doing rich people crazy shit that me from the fucking gutter looks at and goes, boy, yous are mental. But nothing got them as excited. And this is like people who should know better. They've got money. They're wearing watches that are worth mine and your like life, pretty much. More than. What have I got to show for? This shitbox fucking laptop. It's definitely worth more than my fucking life. Anyway, they should be like, they're leaders of the country. But as soon as some lass at a fucking bar in a pub on a campsite goes, number 69 for your order, all these Tory bastards are up in arms. Shugging. My lass hasn't shown us her tits in years. Things to that effect, pretty much. But I think you're looking at the wrong place. What about the alarm that's always going off in Mackey's? You know, the beep. That have you not been in any I mean, I know people rarely go inside.
I've heard it, yeah. But what's your point? Is it because someone's left the escape door on the world stage, and McDonald's is actually the entrance from the world stage?
You're on about
people come in.
You're on about like the employees of McDonald's having to shout orders, and that could potentially. Well, basically, I don't think it's the straws. I think it's the alarms doing the damage. I think perhaps even the constant alarms going off in McDonald's, because that's, I mean, let's be honest, that's the sort of establishment that the most people in this country pass through. Maybe that's preparing us for a never-ending blitz situation. So what we can, us communicate with each other in McDonald's on like a Friday or Saturday night, trying to shout over all the orders, trying to shout over the people laughing at the number 69, trying to shout over that constant alarm that always tells you, I think it's to tell you it's timers for when the food's ready, but you don't need them. You don't need those at all. You can tell when food's ready. It looks ready.
And they do it all day as well, and I'm sure it's in their heads. Like, what do they think of the staff? They must think the staff are stupid.
Put it this way, I've never had a burger that's been raw. And I've never cared if a McDonald's burger's been overcooked. In fact, probably safer it has.
Notice.
Yeah, I don't think. If anything, it just tastes a little more leathery. But that's fine. I'm not looking for gourmet shit when I go to Mackey's. I'm looking to soak up the alcohol that's stuck in us from the night before. But maybe that all of those distractions, all that noise is trying to prepare us for a post-apocalyptic, never-ending war situation.
Where we're eating couches.
Yeah, I mean, we already eat the things that the couch are made of. It's just the next step in it, really. It's the next logical step.
Yeah.
Which
Maybe
I think
that's
we
why
are.
we've been eating meat. Maybe that'll be the vegans' next point. The vegans are like, you're only eating meat to prepare you to eat all the stuff at DFS. Why do you think they make so many couches? An SCS, never-ending sale. Why do you think? So that everyone's got good quality couch meat.
It's so preppers can prep. Do you know what it is? That's why those never-ending sales are there at SCS and DFS. It's because DFS and SCS, they know their market, and that's preppers. Because we all sit and laugh when we take the piss out of them always having a sale. Have you ever talked to a prepper about SCS or DFS? They're like, yeah, I bought 16 couches last week, and with next week's wages, I'm going to go and get another 16 and a few futons. Maybe a puffy, maybe even a little lazy boy. Because when the post-apocalyptic world takes over, when we're in that era,
the credit note.
No, they'll stop the sale. They'll still operate.
Oh, so couches are going to go up through the roof. Mate.
Exactly, mate. All those people who didn't buy them when we've been laughing at the sales this entire time. All the preppers will have all those 2-3 seaters, L fucking couches, all the bad boys, and we'll have to go and pay full price for food, which is our loss. To be honest, we've been losing out. I'm no longer going to laugh. Speaking of DFS and SCS, I used to have someone thought it would be a great idea when I moved into my first flat at uni to buy me 3 African land snails as a moving in present. Don't know if that person knew, but obviously African land snails are used to living in Africa where it's warm. And in November time, I mean, I'm a student in a flat that I didn't want to pay heat. No, I didn't even sign the bills over. I left the bills in the name of the last person and didn't pay heat and gas, fucking electric or council tax for the year. Fuck that landlord. He walked in when I was in a kettle once and got really angry at us when he wasn't even allowed to be in the house. Like, started shouting at us and I was like, just go away. And my mate was with us. She was like, get out the flat. This landlord just going wild at us. Fuck him for experiencing me at my lowest. Actually, I was having a really good time until he walked in. But yeah, he got landed with loads of debt because of me, so ha 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 ha. Anyway, I obviously didn't have my heating on, so October rolls around. I wake up one morning, I can see my breath in the air. I walk to the front room, and the African land snails are all frozen. You had David Rodigan, you had Gandhi, and you had, I can't remember the name of the third one, all frozen. So my mate decided one night, I mean, we were all on pills when this happened. I'm not going to lie about it. He decided the best way to dispose of 3 frozen African land snails was to leave them in the tank on the SCS doorstep that was round the corner from my flat. So they were just there. 3 fucking massive snails, I'd like to add. Just there, frozen, in a tank, no explanation, no note, no nothing. And to this day, I wish...
Was there any deliberation of ideas of what should we do with them, or did he just come out with that straight away and you all just looked at him and went, genius?
We looked, I mean, it was pretty much as you've just said. I went, what the fuck am I going to do with them? We all laughed. I believe we all did a line of crushed up pills, and then he went, I'm going to go and put them on the SCS doorstep. And the first couple of people looked at him as if to go, that's a stupid idea. And I looked over and went, I'm really glad I have you as a friend. I would never have come to that decision by myself. Let's go and do that. I just wish I was there to witness the person opening up on the morning to find themselves...
I've done a lot of stuff like that and been privy to a lot of stuff like that where you'd never get to see the best bit.
Yep.
It was really annoying. You just got to let it play out in your imagination.
Now, I know this is meant to be of some sort. It's a conspiracy podcast. A lot of things have happened while we've been away, mate. You've had exhibitions.
Cool.
I went up to the Fringe. Afghanistan fell. Not that it was ever standing. In fact, they actually just went... Well, no, they just started to take it back. Just the Afghanis that we're not supposed to like, apparently.
I don't really think you could say it's fell. We can't really say it's fallen, can you? If
no,
anything,
it's never fallen.
It's helping it, propping itself back up, if anything.
If anything, it's
Surely.
now under Afghani rule again.
It's got both feet firmly planted on the ground instead of kicking away the Americans with the other leg.
But have we got any thoughts about Afghanistan, or is that a dead topic and do we move on swiftly?
I have very little to say apart from I don't, as you know and everyone knows, I don't really understand or know politics, but I do find it weird that the news seems to have been very similar to like is it 2002 or 2003, and there was even a day where it matched it perfectly with a story about Afghanistan, a Kanye West album, and a story about disease, and there was a fourth thing. Also, I found out something weird about the Kanye West thing. There was a like a tribute there of only, I think it was two people who had the vaccine, which made for a weird percentage, which made the numbers add up to a numerological sequence that meant like the end of the world, which I thought was cool.
Did you by chance watch that on a numerologist's video?
No, nothing like that, mate. It was just,
No.
It was on a podcast that this guy that's obsessed with numbers.
Yeah, all right, was it? Yes. Was it a lottery bloke? Was it?
Oh no, he's ex-army. He's ex-army.
All right, is that why he's ex-army?
Yeah.
Was he
I imagine so.
Yeah, dishonorably discharged for trying to find numerical patterns in the deaths of his squadron.
Everything.
Yeah, his bullets fired across 1, 3, 6, 9. Shit, well,
yeah,
there's
like
dead
Rain
comrades
like,
comrades all around
You
him.
need to reload. What you on about? No, I don't need to reload.
Oh fuck!
He'd be well useful though, to be fair, just in everyone's ears, listening to them all. Wittering on.
I don't give, and I mean this in the most sincere way possible, I couldn't give one flying fuck about the Kanye West or the Drake album.
I've never really listened to Drake. I don't mind Kanye. I quite like his music. Maybe not much since 808 and Heartbreaks. I thought that was kind of good at the time, and then after that, it was a bit.
That's pretty much.
I don't get this now.
That's pretty much where I've cut off as well. He's a really good producer. He's very clever, but the end products that he produces, I couldn't give a flying fuck about. And now there's so much egotistical bollocks attached to it that I can't actually enjoy the music without knowing how highly he regards himself for releasing this. Especially when there's better albums, like West Side Guns just brought out Hitler Wears Hermes 8. Came out in the last week or two. Banging album.
Have you tried that new Brother Ali album?
I haven't.
Minute Stand Summit. It's like 16, 17 minutes long, 14 tracks all a minute long, and each of them are like a full-on song.
Yeah, you said
Fucking
you said in your podcast the other day, you said on your show that you played one of the tracks from it. It was good. It was good.
It's a nice album.
But there's all this hype and it's like these are the only two albums that I saw. I think it was Andrew Schultz, fantastic comic, great comic. He's absolutely smashed it over the last couple of years. But he put a post saying Drake's the better rapper, Kanye's the better producer. If they both got together, it'd be the best album of all time. Andrew Schultz, honestly, and I made this with the best intentions, go and take that opinion and dash it in the sea and then walk into it afterwards and until the bubbles stop rising, because that's a fucking trash opinion. Hitler Wears Hermes 8, it's going to blow both of them out the water. It won't with sales because it's West Side Gun, but it's a fucking banging album. And he's only released side A, side B is going to be out in the next couple of weeks because it's West Side Gun. He just does what he wants.
Go on, you must have some thoughts on Afghanistan, though. Come on, you love the Afghanis,
mate. I mean,
fan of the
good
Afghans.
friends. It's just it's a power shift to China. That's what's happening. So whenever there's a void left with power and money and infrastructure, someone who wants some sort of influence in that area is going to want to chip in and take over that. I mean, there's a hole in the market there. What they need is a large country with a lot of investment to come in and give them stuff so they can take some stuff. Usually that shit's precious metals, minerals, stones, oil, opium. I mean, I don't want to...
There was a thing I read that suggested there was a new battery acid that they'd found there. The equivalent of a new battery acid, which would take away something we mention nearly every week, the Taiwanese battery farms, but something that would rival that, and it was more powerful, and you used a smaller amount of it.
That sounds great,
but I can't remember the name of it.
To be honest, this isn't a scientific podcast. We've established that by now. This isn't all about
definitely not. No.
This is we don't need names. Don't worry about it. But essentially, what's going to happen? The Chinese already own the fentanyl market. The Chinese are about to own the opium market as well. Opium production, since America took over Afghanistan, and the amount of opium that came out of Afghanistan shot up astronomically to the point where Afghanistan, it wasn't the largest producer or exporter of opium. And then under American control, it became the largest exporter and producer. Also became, I believe, the largest exporter of legal opium to US-controlled companies that obviously use it to, create drugs, diamorphine, shit like that, which is just heroin.
Do you reckon then, in order to regain some element of control, America knew this was happening and that's why they started to legalise cannabis slowly?
No,
because then they'll have a new drug market plus another market that can be used for lots of other avenues. In the same way that China will use a lot of plastics, and they could use one type of plastic to produce lots of other things, including things within pharmaceutical and electrical and clothing.
Well,
you could do very similar with the weed.
Most large, influential countries, although outlawing drugs, make a great deal of money dealing in, growing, exporting and producing drugs. Like, look at us. Isn't it Theresa May's fucking husband that's got money in or got shares in the largest weed plantation in the UK? It's just off one of the motorways. I think it might be just off the M1. I could be wrong, but I think it is just off the M1. But America clearly saw the amount of money they could make in weed, so gave in a little bit there. You can have the weed, but you can't have an abortion. No. Smoke some ganja. Get over the fact that you're bringing up a child that was born by rape. That's fine, apparently. That's cool. I like America. Doesn't really know where it lies. You can smoke a bit of reefer, but don't get shagged, because it doesn't matter if you're meant to or not. You're going to give birth to that child you are, and you're going to bring it up, and then we're not going to support it anyway, and then that child is going to become a burden in the state. It's going to start taking fentanyl, but it might start taking Oxycontin, which you can get through pharmacists, and then we'll make money.
Which is American owned.
Yeah. America. That is patriotism. Basically, giving birth to a child that then becomes hooked on opiate painkillers is patriotism, in my eyes. Give that child an eagle and a needle. An eagle and a needle in every classroom. That's my motto if I become president.
That would be a really good cartoon as well, like a little infomercial.
What, the eagle and
just
the needle?
Cartoon eagle. Yeah,
a bit like Tom and Jerry.
Eagle,
what we're going to do?
Cartoon needle. Yeah.
Bit like
chasing each other.
Fucking Pinky and the Brain. What we're going to do what we're going to do tomorrow, Brain? Same thing we do every day.
Try to take over the world. Get
jacked up and sit gouching in the corner and just going and asking people for fucking money at the metro station. It's just going to be a shit. Like, as I said, China already owned the fentanyl market. They're going to own the opium market too. China, state produce fentanyl and export it for to various countries through criminal organisations. Do you know, North Korea, one of their mass exports is meth. Their state-produced methamphetamine.
I've mentioned this before on here, yeah. When a factory starts to do poorly and comes close or appears to be producing a loss, and I think the important word there is appears to be, the state come and go, well, we don't need shoes. Let's have more meth.
Yeah. The problem is
transferable skills, The
problem is we basically keep having wars over drugs that I don't care about. Like heroin, at the moment, not for me. If this MacBook carries on the way it's going, heroin, a viable option, just to get through day-to-day life. Take the edge off the fact that I'm perpetually raging at things that I shouldn't be. The average person would just close it down and move on, but I'm not the average person. I'm someone who obsesses over the details about things that are broken in my life and measure the success of my life by the largest flaws and failures that are going on in it. Not by the greatest achievements and successes that I've made, but more so by the tiny, not even tiny failures, massive failures, or even small failures that I then exponentially explode into huge failures. That's how I define my life.
And if you would like to give just £3 a month to Jimmy Bud, Join the patreon.com/truthseeking. That's
That's
TROOF.
That's actually a really good segue into something that I've got a joke. I can't even really talk about that much because it is something that I want to use in stand-up. But basically, some bloke, when I was up at the Fringe in Edinburgh, accosted us on the street trying to get us to donate to Bernardo's. The very first line I gave him was, "You're not getting anything out of us. I'm on universal credit." And then he carried on talking to us, which then just made us go, well, right, from the outset, I've set my boundary. This, if this was Dragon's Den, I've basically gone to the Dragon. Look, I'm skint, and if you've got a deal that's less than my offer, it's no deal because I'm skint. And he's still gone. Well, actually, that doesn't work. That's definitely the wrong way around, isn't it? I'm the Dragon, and I've basically gone to the person.
When you first said it, wasn't until you
expanded.
Yeah,
let's glaze over.
We'll go back. Go on.
We can scrub that out. That never existed. We can just edit it out, but I won't because I'm lazy. So I'm the Dragon, and I've turned the bloke who's pitching and gone, I have no money to invest. And they've gone, well, I'll still do the pitch anyway. And he's trying to get us to help save kids. And it made us think, like I want to help anyone I can. To a point. If he was to go, do you want us to help all the kids in the world, all the suffering children, all the people who are currently disadvantaged, they've got no money, they've got no education, they've got no hope in life, I'd be like, yeah, of course. Do you want to do it for free? Yeah, absolutely, mate, no problem. How do I sign up? What do I do? And then do you want to save those same children, same disadvantaged, just underprivileged, broken home kids for £7 a month? I start to question how underprivileged those children are. Is that child, are they born with severe deficiencies? They'll never get a job in life. Born from a broken home? Are they an orphan? Are they out on the streets? Have they never got a hope of getting any sort of foothold in life? Or is that child maybe 7-odd-year-old? He's born to a crackhead, but crackhead, her pimp, has taken him on under his wing, and now he's operating a county lines operation. That kid there, he might be... Or
he's pimping out his friends to some of the older kids.
Still, charities would be like, look, do you want to help little Dylan here? He's struggling. I'd be like, do I want to help little Dylan? Little Dylan's got prospects. One day he could be sending other kids out to county lines. One day he could be selling bricks of coke. Dylan should be giving me £7 a month, not to grass on him. That's what I think. And I started, telling this to the bloke at Bernardo's, very perplexed. I was met with a very perplexed response, and then walked away from, it had the desired effect, but it took much longer than I expected. And I had somewhere else to go with this. Oh,
I think you should be able to sponsor a child labourer, and then get a cut. They get an extra £6 a month on top of their wages, but then from the money that's made from the things they've made, you get a very, very small percentage of that. So it's like investment.
That is
but the kid gets more out.
If that Bernardo's bloke came up to me and went, here, those are a very nice pair of Air Max you've got on there. First of all, I'd be like, well done for noticing. Fucking, I might be broke as fuck, but you'll never see us in a pair of anything else but Air Max, mate. I'll be on the streets, but still wearing fucking 90s, you know what I mean? And he came up to me and goes...
tie and loosely fitting blazer, like all the rest of the homeless people decide to go for.
Yes. And multiple bags in a trolley, but bags just full of other bags that have nothing inside them, but they're just bags full of bags, because that's the sort of homeless person I'd be. The interesting one, the one that you watch at your lunch break. Man. Not the one that you walk away from because you think he's threatening. The one that you look and go, could have been someone's granddad.
Stop and have a cig and watch him.
Yeah. I was going somewhere with this, wasn't I? Yeah, I was. If that same Bernardo's bloke had come up to us and gone, oi, mate, nice pair of Air Max. I know the kid that sews those in the Philippines. He's called Manuel. I'd be like, fucking put me in contact. Link me and Manuel up. I'll give Manuel £7 a month, which is, that's probably 300% of his monthly wage anyway. As long as when new Air Max get released, I get front of the line.
Put my initials on the odd pair every now and then, and I hope I find them in a shop.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Instead of sewing in these words, help, can you, and all this.
Please, mister.
JD,
Please, mister.
JD, yeah. He's obviously got, he can, or a full-on message. Be like, look, I've got this little message. Me missus loves hyperdunks. Fucking loves them. So you couldn't put this little proposal in there for her, could you? Send that to him there. Put that in as many as you can. She's bound to find him eventually.
And then just take her into every Nike store possible until you find out that it's gone to someone else. You go, oh well, it was worth the £7 punt, like a lottery ticket. Oh well, you're never going to win if you don't put it on. But this also got us thinking about a bit more about charity and how it can backfire. Like, on the surface, I would give blood, right? But I wouldn't give it to me dad. And here's why.
Why?
Because
like a spite thing.
No, but there's a chance that my dad might shag me mum. And the blood that's going...
be a good chance of that. I mean, not something you want to think about, but you want to...
Given the age and the issue... Given the age and the ailments...
He still has birthdays.
It's a 50-50 given the ailments and injuries that are going on, but this is what I mean. I'm not willing to take that risk because the blood that's going around that boner is my blood. And
only for 28 days, though. I know we don't like science, but...
No. I mean, we're a fan of it on this side of logic and reason. It's fucking the cursed and magic side over there that really seems to have the issue with science.
The cursed and magic side, there's nothing wrong with you shagging your own mother vicariously through your dad.
As long as it's whilst wearing a goat head.
You don't even need the goat head. You're already shagging your mum through your dad. You're doing enough.
But this is why...
Be appeased.
This is why I have an issue with charity to an extent. Like I will help until it impacts me either financially or morally. Just to think that I could be like involved in my mum getting booked is enough to put us off.
Morally speaking, what's wrong with you giving your dad an erection?
And that's a soundbite that we're going to use for future episodes of the show, I believe. I'm going to snip that.
We should make an intro out of them.
We should make a soundboard out of them. That's something that's going to go on the Threshold app at some point. If anyone wishes to develop a soundboard that we can chop up from various people's clips from over the years, please do. I've got some belters put aside. But yeah, I don't want to be the same as what if you went to help someone. You gave your blood to someone unknowingly. Obviously, you don't know who it is being passed on to, and then I don't know. You get say you don't pay your parking fine, right? Say you don't pay your parking fine. It goes too far. You end up 30 days in prison. You get bummed by the person you gave your blood to, using your own blood in their erection.
No difference in masturbation.
Is that not a cruel twist of fate?
Well, I mean, it is if he goes out of his way to tell you this is your blood, like, because he's really trying to punish you there, and it's already bad enough. I'm not going to be in that situation in prison for 30 days, getting bummed, going, it'd make this worse. Like it doesn't make it worse. It doesn't make it better. If anything, it probably would make it better. Because I'd be able to think to myself...
It's a bit of me.
Yeah, there's my blood in there. He couldn't have done this without me.
Isn't that the whole point of why it's bad? Because he'd be like, if I didn't give blood, this wouldn't be happening. He'd be trying, but he'd just be slapping against
and then there's
Ham.
someone else's blood inside some stranger's penis inside your arsehole. Or in and around your arsehole.
You can distance yourself from that.
I think that's worse. No, you can't distance yourself when there's more people involved.
It's great to have a different opinion on things. Great to have a different opinion on such pressing issues. It's something that we both may face in our lifetime. I mean, one of us probably substantially more likely to end up in prison than the other one. But at the moment, you can't get done for assaulting a computer, so I should be fine at the minute. And if I assault it enough, they'll never find the search history, and then that removes even more possibilities of arrest. I don't really know what else has been happening, mate.
What in the world?
Yeah, I'm sick of talking about COVID. We could go into Joe Rogan, but I can't be asked. There's
I don't know much about Joe Rogan anymore as well. I've stopped listening to him quite a while ago. His shows all became pretty samey.
Yeah, enough people on the internet have already given their opinions on both sides of him and his treatment of COVID. And I mean, it's a bloke with millions. Let me repeat: it's a bloke with millions trying to treating a virus with the benefits of having millions. People mocked him for the things that he took in order to try and get over COVID, all of which were either prescribed by a doctor, and yet people who apparently are on the side of others living were very happy to point fun at and hope that he dies. Someone who was also living but hadn't actually done anything all too bad. That's funny. It's funny watching people who are on the side of life wishing for death. That's interesting. Also, people, I mean, and that works on both sides. That works for the people who are harassing Joe Rogan over his treatment of COVID, and also to the people who are apparently pro-life but are quite happy to ban the abortions. That's interesting. But also the people who ban the abortions not happy about anyone taking a vaccine. That's a little bit counterintuitive, but I think
with where the vaccine's concerned, I don't like that a couple of years ago, all over mainstream telly, like magazine shows and that, they were trying to lump together the anti-vaxxers with the flat earthers and that, and then that all disappeared, and that seems like it was a purposeful thing to try and convince people that they're similar, where the flat earthers, there's no one can really realistically prove to you that's not right.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
Again, people can look at that and be like, you can't prove that they're right or wrong for what they believe, because it's a belief. It's not. This is the thing. It's trying to turn people against their beliefs, but the big they can't get away anymore. They can't get away anymore with going, you've got to dislike that person because they're brown and they believe a different thing to you. Now it's got to be, you've got to hate that person because they believe this other thing that you don't find believable.
Now I think, I disagree there. Well, no, I sort of agree and disagree. So, this whole, you can change people's beliefs. People's beliefs change all the time. Mine change quite frequently, like all the time. If I'm confronted with shit that I think I have knowledge on, and then someone shows me information that refutes my knowledge completely, then continuing to hold on to that belief doesn't make it a belief. It makes it a fucking bias and some sort of personality trait that you're trying to have. Like, it's not a belief anymore. It's, you are basing yourself on that, on that part of you, even when shown with evidence to prove the opposite. So, I think that you can challenge people's beliefs and change them, but that's not what people are doing. People are using beliefs to weaponize and use them to create a divide so that you can attack each other. Basically, it's not that you want to educate each other or try to have a reasonable sort of discussion in order to enlighten each other on each other's findings and then remove what's fucking fallacy and what's fucking bollocks and get to what's real. That's not what people are interested in. People are interested in being on the right side. And that goes for both. Like, anti-vaxxers...
But the right side's different. Let's stick with anti-vaxxers, and you're saying that the right side is different for both sides, though, isn't it?
No, there's only one.
In the sense that no. This is the thing. This is what confuses me about it, because when you actually look into what anti-vaxxers believe, the main held belief isn't that a vaccine is going to do you physical harm or is bad for you. That's not the main belief. The main belief seems to be the vaccines are being used as a means of control of the people. And it still is. Whether you believe that or don't, it is being used to control. From what you've just said there, where it's used to create a divide and turn people against each other. But that's not the bit that gets focused on. That it's not that belief that which seems to be the main belief for the majority, from my understanding.
It shouldn't be a question. No, it shouldn't be an issue. Like, when we eradicated polio, there wasn't a huge... Well, there was to a degree. There was an anti-vax movement then. But using this subject and weaponizing this topic shouldn't be an issue. Like, it shouldn't be seen as a point of contention. It shouldn't be seen as a point of fucking they're trying to control us. Like, put it this way: people who are responsible for making a vaccine aren't making that vaccine to go, right, let's control the people. People who are making that vaccine are making a vaccine to go, right, there is a problem. This is the thing to keep that problem at bay.
How can we make a few quid out of it every year through some form of fancy subscription service?
No, it doesn't matter to them. That's booster shots exist. Booster shots have existed with other things for years. You get flu booster shots. Like, the funny thing is, this is what happens every time, and this shows the extremely short attention span of the general public. Like, the same arguments are rehashed. So people go, oh, they're like, how this is just people learn to make money from all these booster shots. What's this? It's just a way of them making millions. Well, no, flu shots have been around for years. You've got to get boosters to top things up. You've got to top up your immune system basically and get it exposed to like the different possible variants of whatever flu like virus this is. Those have been going for years. It's only recently that they've become like a topic for what is predominantly right wing, but there's also some fucking left wing mad cunts as well. Conspiracy theorists to go, right, this is a method of control. This vaccine's being used as a control topic. What's actually happening is those who want control of the public on the pro and anti side, they use the vaccine as a means of control. Not the people who produce it, not the people who distribute it. Like, it's
well, then that makes them the big they, though, doesn't it? There's still someone using it, and maybe it's
not the big they.
Anti-vaxxers. It's not
the big they. It's more smaller. It's more small. It's more. They. It's the non-capital there.
Little them.
It's more alternative news stations. Anyone who wants to make a name for themselves. It's more fucking like mouthpieces online, like Twitter mouthpieces who want to keep a name going. Fucking Katie Hopkins and the like. Those people who only exist and are only fucking of note because they have an opinion. They've got no credentials. Like, they've got no. And this is the problem. Is people pay attention to those with no credentials and no experience and no knowledge of a really fucking difficult and really fucking specific and really hard to understand topic. People will buy into the opinion of someone who knows fuck all about it over an expert who knows everything about it. It's like me, right?
We are very grateful that you choose to listen every week, guys.
yeah. It's like someone coming to me, or me dishing out taxidermy advice, right? And that you looking at that person, and me dishing out a whole load of bollocks because I know fucking nothing about it, but I'm very loud and opinionated about it. And you've said nothing, but you're in the same room the whole time. You've watched me spread lies, and you're just sat there basically with your face in your hands going, no, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. This is not it. Like,
see, now, I would view that as, well, this is good for business because these people are going to go away, do this, it's going to go wrong, and then they're going to come to me.
You can't have
my taxidermy.
But you can't have a business if all your potential customers are either ill or dead. Now that's
I suppose I'm missing that bit of it, aren't I?
Yeah, that's not to say. Now that's not to say this virus is going to do that. Now that's another argument. Is the whole fucking survival rate, blah 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 blah. Like, it's just. People are going to be like, people who are responsible for developing a vaccine aren't doing it to try and get one over on the world. People who are trying to develop a vaccine are doing it because it's their job and they want to help protect against an illness, which has happened many times before. Like,
right, just quickly though, to go back to me point about flat earthers and the vaccines, and from what you're saying there, right? So someone somewhere, we both agree, may want to cause a divide somewhere along the lines. And
opinions make money.
For whatever fucking weird reason, became huge out of seemingly nowhere for a very short space of time in the mainstream. During that time, anti-vaccine has got lumped in with it. Almost as if you do believe that a lot of what we experience in life is played out beforehand in some form of simulated event, like what happened with Event 201, let's as an example, right? Even though that wasn't set in the time where Flat Earth was all over the telly, that was a good year and a half or so later. But if there are plans placed in the world for people to follow, then surely they saw, right, everyone's going mad for this Flat Earth thing now. So if we lump in these other guys here, because they could have chose anything. They could have looked on Reddit or wherever the researchers and that for TV
But that's
shows
what they have done.
find their other ideas.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. But they could have chose anything. So I have to believe there must be a reason why they chose that. Why didn't
Because
you got these people here that believe in flat Earth, but then you've got, because it's very much related, you've got the donut earthers, you've got the hollow earthers. Oh, and then we can still, if we had the hollow earthers, we could still bring in the neo-Nazis. Because Nazis love a hollow Earth.
From a media point,
yeah.
Flat Earth, massive, very popular. Depending on who you believe, the whole fucking theory was started by a college debate team who basically were like, we're that good at debating, we can make a false claim into reality through debate. So one of the ideas is that the whole notion of Flat Earth was started by people trying to prove that they could prove an impossible thing to be true. And it was all a fucking joke or a troll, pretty much. But in the media or in mainstream media where you want to give, do you know what? It's a little bit like the Olympics. You know how the Olympics, I never follow any of those sports, right? Outside of the Olympics, never follow 100 metres, never follow javelin, never follow discus, never follow floor gymnastics, none of that. But in the Olympics, you get to see a snippet of it all, and as an outsider with no real insider knowledge of it, you get to experience little bits of all of those sports, yeah? The news is the same.
No, I would argue it's more than enough as well from the Olympics.
Well, there you go.
Most of that stuff.
But the news is exactly the same. You're trying to deliver a load of topics, a very limited amount of information that's accessible to everyone without being too specific, because then you're going to lose some people to all of your audience, which has nothing to do with your news subjects you're covering. So you've got to be as clear, concise, and not be as in-depth, because you're going to lose people. So you talk about Flat Earth, you don't then talk about Hollow Earth, Donut Earth, fucking Inside Out Earth, the Upside Down, because that's too much for the layman. They're not interested. You've already given us one thing, which is mad. It's an alternative to what is current belief. So Flat Earth, that'll do. Anti-vax is very popular. Anti-vax movement's been around for a lot longer than people go on about, like 80s, 70s plus, when the first bloke was paid off to do a study to claim that you can get autism from vaccines. Proven to be bollocks. Proven to be complete bollocks. Proven to be a paid study. Paid off to do so. Made a fortune from doing so since. So that movement has been massive for a while. The reason they've lumped the two together is basically because of their popularity. They're both very popular. They're both very popular in the same sort of forums if you go on r/conspiracy or anything like that. So they're not saying every flat earther is an anti-vaxxer, but they're saying someone who's likely to believe in flat earth is also pretty likely to believe in this, because they believe that once there's one lie and once there's one big conspiracy against the little person, then it makes it more likely that there are a lot more, because it's all shadows by then. So it's basically a way of saying, like, you're more likely to subscribe to this if you believe that, because you're less likely to believe the truth, or the mainstream narrative.
Just like a little, okay. The yes ladder of
basically,
like,
yeah,
sales and that again.
Yeah, that's exactly it, mate. You can, once you're going along a line, once you've got your foot in the door, it makes it easier to take more steps through the house, because you've done the hard bit. You've got people to believe, right, the mainstream narrative is obviously bollocks. So what else could there possibly be bollocks? Oh,
the
this
bailiff of truth.
6 million was a large number.
There's a soundbite, guys. Someone get that one and all.
But Yeah, for not wanting to talk about Corona, we've just talked about Corona for quite a while. But it's just interesting that, about 5-10 years ago, I'd have been all over Facebook with statuses that were trying to create some sort of comical outlook on it all, whilst also conveying my morals. I've now grown up to realise that no one gives a fuck, which is, funnily enough, why we do a podcast. But I've grown up to realise no one gives a fuck about what I care, and I don't actually care about convincing anyone else. I will. The way that people have gone on both sides is fucking ludicrous. The people who were pro-vaccine remind me of the people who were anti-Brexit. And were all so high and mighty that they believed that they were just going to win outright and that they're right and that, well, other people are stupid and that's why they're not on our side. We're the majority, we're going to be right. They've lost before, they'll lose again. They're stupid for wishing death upon people when apparently being on the side of life. That's fucking ludicrous. You are fucking idiots. Wind your necks in. But also, people who are that vehemently anti-vax, that they mock those who decide to take a vaccine, that they won't engage in any conversation with people who have a contrast of ideas. That goes for both sides, by the way. But that they laugh down their noses at people who then do decide to take a vaccine without trying to check their own knowledge that they've no doubt found from various YouTube videos and Facebook posts from Katie Hopkins and the like. They're just as much daft cunts. I've got no time for either. I don't trust the government, but Boris Johnson didn't make this vaccine. I've been vaccinated, and I'm going for my second one in a couple of weeks. Because
I speak for myself and the listener. The show's took a turn.
It's become very choked, guys. It's become very pro the system since I got that prick in my arm. Yeah. I actually will be voting Conservative at the next election. Whoa, that one hurt to say. That one actually stung coming out. I take that back. There's a lot of things I'll say. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'll say. There's a lot of things I'll say on this show, and some of them I do mean. That definitely isn't one of them. But it's funny watching people argue. I just wish that lives weren't at stake. That's what it boils down to on pretty much most things.
Do you know what I really wish from all of this? I wish I'd had the whereabouts when all of this was starting to either buy stocks in the Hoover company that's called Vax, or to start a company called Vaxer or Vaxers.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Do you know what else would have been good?
Imagine how well that would be doing.
Imagine if we stocked up on, if we bulk bought loads of masks before all of this.
Yeah, but you'd have to be mental because, to know that and have that sort of wherewithal, you would have had to have been around the table at 201. And they're not going to let the people who were involved in orchestrating that tabletop game buy corporations and companies that sell masks and PPE. That would be ridiculous,
Yeah.
But imagine if they did just have a regular person there at the table. You've got all of these world.
The cleaner. Just the cleaner in the background.
Yeah, the cleaner's just there in the room going, oh.
She goes home that day.
He's going to kill me.
Janice goes home that day, says to Keith, yeah, do you never guess what they were talking about at work today, Keith? Do you know what they're going to do, Keith? You know what they're going to do? You're never listening. Turn that telly. They're going to start world domination. He's out there. They're infected somewhat. Cornered 20, they're calling it.
Conan. They're bringing back the barbarians. Keith, they're going to take over.
Keith, they're going to inject us all with Arnold, Keith. We're all going to be massive. We're all going to be massive, Keith. But it would be interesting for her to come home and then just go, honestly, Janice, pipe the fuck down. Just get that kettle on. Pipe down. And then she's there now laughing in Keith's face whilst Keith lies on some sort of IV in intensive care with a ventilator on him, puffing his lungs up.
He just never believed it. When he seen it on the TV, he was too invested of going, yeah, I was wrong, you were right.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, but once he disbelieved it from the start, so once it started coming round, Keith became very strong anti-masker because he was like, I can't turn around and just say I was wrong, so I'm going to protest it to the nth degree. And he basically formed a split in the house. And Janice stayed on one side, Keith stayed on the other, smoking 40 Embassy a day, watching fucking nothing but Alex Jones non-stop on BitChute.
And in between the cigs, breathing in other people's masks, just...
Yep. He was doing what we didn't do, buying bulk masks from China, spitting on them, and then like selling them back wholesale to like other businesses.
With you saying world domination a minute ago, though, in your very, very good northern old lady voice, world domination is a weird thing with it, and I think it gets associated with it because one of the guys that I listen to almost daily likes to mention that corona is the word for crown.
It's also the word for fucking...
Pretty cool.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Carry on.
No, just world domination, the new crown. Which, if you really wanted to get very conspiratorial, the leader of the Hollow Earth wears the crown. He is the man with the crown. He is the king. The king has the crown. That's the only crown that matters.
You know who else wears the crown?
The leader of the Hollow Earth. Who?
Burger King. And they distribute paper straws. And that's a fucking callback.
And little paper crowns.
And that's a fucking callback.
So they were trying to make kids sweat in there by feeding them food that makes them sweaty and greasy.
Yep.
Trying to poison the foreheads to kill the pineal gland. But now they've thought, right, we can't have this. We can't have the crowns. Paper straws, mate. We'll put it all in the paper straws and we'll stop the little kids from dreaming.
As if
we
it
let
wasn't...
the 90s kids have dreams, and look at them. Riddled with depression. Fucked. We'll take away the dreams of these children.
I had something there and it proper went. Yeah, they openly insult their audience as well. Like their best burger's called a Whopper. They just insult anyone who eats it by calling them, Whopper for you, you fucking Whopper. Like that's a northern insult. It's almost as if Burger King are selling you the poison whilst insulting you at the same time. And gloating in your face, and it appears to be, after all this, we've discovered that Burger King started COVID-19. Now, I'll be honest, it's still better than Mackey's. If COVID-19 is flame grilled, get it in my system.
Could that have been why Burger King stayed closed through the start of lockdown? Because they were like, fuck, bollocks.
It's got out.
To cover up the tracks and that,
Shite.
Scrubbing down them restaurants.
It's why
getting new flame grillers, mate.
It's why they brought out the I can't remember what Whopper they brought out, but they brought out a new one. It was put them off the scent.
Well,
We've got the Texas
speaking
Whopper.
of scent, though, on the adverts for it, right? You have that lady saying, it's not real. It's not really flame grilled. It's a juice that they put on there.
Yeah, liquid
and then the
smoke.
guy goes, "Don't be so ridiculous." Yeah, the smoke, liquid smoke. And then the other guy, the voiceover's like, "No, there's no liquid smoke. There's no liquids here.
This is just COVID.
We haven't been making anything like that. No, we just heat it up.
This isn't virus grilled. Don't know what you're talking about. This is absolutely virus free. Don't know what you're talking about. Wear your mask, buy a Whopper. I think that this our last hour has actually provided some sort of momentary respite for. With regards to the ongoing battle between me and this device in front of us, I would say it's been nice. But that'd be.
And then this show becomes a bit of therapy for the pair of us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than it actually being funny for the listener.
I doubt anyone's listened. I doubt anyone's made it this far. Put it this way: if this one goes on fucking Spotify, I reckon if the stats only count the first 15 minutes, we might be good. But if someone has to listen to a full episode to get a view...
Then. If someone has listened this far on Spotify to this episode, send either of us a message and just say the word. Just send us the word saying, send us a little message each. Or no, everybody send Jimmy a message.
Yeah, that'll go down well.
Shh, Afghanistan knows.
Yeah. Tell me...
Because they won't we won't get these messages for another 35 weeks. That's next year.
That's
we'll
absolutely
all
fine.
About this.
I'll have already deleted my
That'd be
Instagram. Send me messages with what your Burger King COVID order would be. I really want to know, tell me you're pro-vax or anti-vax without telling me you're pro-vax or anti-vax. Just so I know which sort of person to attribute you to, like which sort of group I can attribute you to and put you in, and then laugh at you accordingly. Next up, it's Chode's Liberal Paradise. We've got a Patreon. Keep saying it every time. We've not done it in a while. There's a Patreon. It's in links and stuff on our Instagram, and that's probably on the threshold as well. Find it. Fucking give some money so I can swap this screen. Otherwise, right, I'm going to hold this show hostage, and every week, which I don't know who this serves to detriment, the listener or us, because I think it'll just stop them from listening before it makes them give in and subscribe to Patreon. But I'm going to basically start with a 5-minute rant about how shit this laptop is until it's fixed. So if that's a little carrot in front of your face that makes you walk along, so be it.
And by the time you're listening to this, if you would like to see a little carrot in front of your face, I may have started the OnlyFans.
Jesus Christ. Oh no, have you started a fucking bulge page?
Nah. I tried. I was going to do just the what's in my front pocket videos, just them as they are, and put them all on there. But I've had, I think it's 5 emails now from OnlyFans saying we've not accepted you, we're not going to accept you, we can't have this. You need to be more clear in your pictures, what you're going to post in your cover picture. And I put 4 bodiless skins of rats on a washing line. I thought that would be good as a good cover picture, catches the eye.
Yep.
And then a picture of I think it was a dead rabbit as well, and in the profile picture, and that's not clear enough. And I told them I'm going to be posting pictures of dead animals and me showing them. They still don't like it. It's almost like you're not talking to a person though with the emails. I'll be dead honest with you.
You're not talking to a person. I can tell you that right now. It's automated responses.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. It's automated. Get your fucking. I mean.
Rat out.
And yeah, basically, mate, you need to get your dick out until they pass it, and then you swap it for. That's what world we've got to. People would rather see your penis there than your work. So get your dick out until you get accepted, and then swap it for fucking work, and then that's your way in. That's the twisted society we live in.
Could be right. I just to run this idea past you, right? I was thinking about taking some photographs, right, of my dad's toes. Do you reckon people would buy them on T-shirts? And should we have that on the Truth Seeking merch as well?
As no one's bought a T-shirt, and I'm guessing during the entirety of our lifetime, as this thing exists, no one will buy a T-shirt. Get it put on. Get it. It's not going to do us any disservice. Couldn't put any more people off. It's already 0. So we're fucking laughing. Get him on. Paint faces on his toes. Maybe paint some tits on his toes.
I'm not going to touch him. Fucking hell.
No, you do that in
pictures of him.
You do that in Photoshop after.
Oh, yeah. I could do.
You maybe
just
put
as
some,
a thought,
you put some sort of
trying to share the magic.
What I would do is put really political messages underneath pictures of your dad's toes. So, picture your dad's toes, and then end female genital mutilation.
You could look at some of my dad's toes as well and think that could be the outcome of a poorly done FGM.
That could be a smashed up fanny.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I don't know what that says.
Thick toenails.
I mean, I've never seen a fanny with very thick toenails, but I mean, maybe I don't live down south.
It's more so the colour. It's more so the colour of the toes and the toenails that makes it look a little bit fanny-ish.
And the black bits that are caught in the corner.
Yeah,
the bits of fluff that are caught in it and that. Yeah. It's just like all the fannies I've seen
as well from the athlete's foot.
That's just like all the fannies I've seen and all those midwife books that I keep reading. Right, it's Chode's Liberal Paradise next. This has been Truth Seeking. We're fucking back. We'll be back next week, and if as I say, I'm holding this show hostage until the laptop's fixed. So the start of next week's show depends on you. Basically, the ball's in your court, people. See you later.